All right, we are back here on the podcast, wrapping things up on the holiday special, talking about the third annual Weird Holiday Gifts of New York Sports segment here. Join me again, an annual staple on the holiday special podcast. Our pop culture correspondent, Sam Derosa, is here. Sam, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me back for the third consecutive year. This is
Yeah.
fun.
And our second consecutive week, because we were just talking on Saturday with our friends Pete and Nick about the Mandalorian.
Still not over the Mandalorian finale, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and we got the news. It's gonna be, Boba Fett first and then Mando season 3. I think that's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun, but I'm a little upset that I was not right, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's, we'll see. But I think that's a discussion for another day. I think we'll talk about this next week on the pop culture year-end party, but we're getting to why you're here. Holiday.
So excited.
Yeah, I am too. Holiday gifts. This year, I'll make sure it's actually in the Holiday Special podcast, not 2 weeks later due to technical glitches like last year.
Hey, I mean, things happen, where everyone wants gifts all year round. So
yeah, last year was a January gift party. So to reset the history of this thing, year one of the Holiday Special, when I talked to Rick Cerrone, the end of this podcast, Sam and our good friend Mario Matiga did a roundtable of New York sports gifts, the worst ones you give to each fan. Mary cannot join us year two. We brought in our good friend Jill Venditti for year two. This year, with the Zoom situation, we're going just you and me. Just keep the tradition alive.
Heck yeah. We'll do like quick rapid fire, 2-person duo. I feel like we're the best duo, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is true. Will Schneiderhan somewhere. He was on here earlier. I know he claims the official co-host status, but you are getting up there in terms of trying to chase him down.
I'm always chasing Will down. Always.
Yeah, we are chasing Will down right now. What we're gonna do here is we know that sometimes holiday gifts happen unexpectedly. Maybe you get a gift you weren't expecting. You find one in the mail that you weren't planning on. You're like, oh no, what do I do for this person? You remember, oh, they're a sports fan. You could always do the simple thing. I'll buy you the Aaron Judge T-shirt. I'll buy you the Trevor Lawrence Jet jersey. You may not even need anymore, but we're gonna go now with. We're going to give you a list of teams and give you something weird, something that will stand out. Don't you think that's more fun?
100%. Who you would rather gift weird gifts and be remembered for your weird, unnecessary gift than a generic, easy gift?
Yeah, I mean, you could do something simple. I mean, you could do what I do here. I mean, I make Legos. I have the Lego mini gingerbread house here, but
oh man, 2 weeks in a row with Legos. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'll break out a Lego on the pop culture party too. I'll figure out what one to do for that. But we've broken down the teams as such. I am taking mostly my teams. I got the Mets, Jets, the Knicks, and the Rangers. Sam's getting a couple of her teams. He's getting the Yankees. I know she has fond memories of the Islanders. She's also getting the Giants and the Brooklyn Nets. We are saying sayonara to the Devils because they're not helped the SEO much, so we're not talking about them this year. But in honor of Sam's contributions, our pop culture correspondent, we're going to do a little bit of pop culture lightning round at the end of this. So
I'm excited.
I am too. So here's the rules. We're going to give you the description of the gift. I'm going to show you. We are doing this on Zoom. So this is a very visual part of the podcast. So if you want to watch the Zoom video, go on YouTube. Mike Phillips on YouTube. Check that out. You can see our lovely faces on here. And we'll put the picture of the gifts on here. And we are going to describe them. We're going to give you the price, give you what you need to know about it. And then we are going to rate them on the fruitcake scale of 1, which is, okay, up to 5, which is like cuckoo bananas. You need to get this to distinguish yourself.
I like your scale a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a fun scale. And since I'm gonna be a gentleman here, I'm gonna let you go first. We're going to go to the Yankees first. So what'd you find for the Yankees?
All right, so I'll pick my top one. All right, so it is labeled. So now I do want to preface this by I used solely Etsy because we want to promote small businesses. We want to promote artists and whatnot. So supporting small business and artists, a little disclaimer. I want everything off of Etsy.com. Anyway, so for the New York Yankees, the gift that I've chosen is called the New York Yankee Baseball Glove Lamp, made by That Lamp Guy. It is a lamp, your generic lamp with the little like clicky thing.
Yes.
Like little, I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm not a lamp enthusiast.
Oh, the switch.
A little switch, yeah, well, like a pull switch. It has a baseball on the, on the little pull switch. And oddly enough, it has a full-on glove at the bottom. And it is the weirdest thing. And the worst thing about this gift is It costs $149.95.
What? Wait, what? $149 for
And
a lamp.
95 cents. So basically, if you round that bad boy up, it's $150 and it's a lamp.
May I interrupt for 1 second?
What the hell's going on out here?
You're spending $150 on this lamp?
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't figure out what it, why it costs this much. It's a table lamp. It's not even a floor lamp that sits on your floor. You know what I mean? It's not that huge. So it's just one of those like, I wonder. This guy gets rave reviews. His name is the Lamp Guy.
So you're probably paying for the craftsmanship there.
I guess so. I mean, I'm sure everything's done by hand, but $150 blows my mind.
So where on the fruitcake scale is this?
That's going to have to bump me up to like a solid 4. Like, this is a very strange gift. Again,
I will put links in the audio version for people who are listening to it. But if you want to watch the YouTube version, you can have seen this weird lamp on the screen as Sam was describing it. So you could definitely get more visual aids of this.
My terrible descriptions.
Well, this is hard. It's hard to describe things on an audio medium, but I'll try my best now. I'm going to put the Mets. And I know you and I are both dog people. Mm-hmm. And you know that you have to look out for the pooches sometimes you do these gifts. So if you have a Mets fan friend who likes his dog, give a shout out to maybe the 2000 Mets who let the dogs out. We're going to talk about basically the New York Mets Royal Plush Pet Nap Cap. You want to hear more about this?
Oh, 100%. You've intrigued my interest.
So basically, you have a dog. I know you have a dog named Lucy, and she's the right size. It's about a medium-sized dog. This is basically a dog bed in the shape of a giant New York Mets cap. Your pooch can climb inside the cap and sleep on the bed inside.
Oh, wow. So it's like rounded at the top.
Yeah, it basically looks like a giant Mets cap with a bed inside that the dog can climb in, basically where the back of the cap would be. That's where the dog's entrance is.
Oh my God, I'm 100% getting this for my mom for like her birth. I have to wait a long time. I guess Mother's Day is going to have to be her gift.
Yeah, well, it's regularly $54.99, but it's on sale right now for $38.99, so not a bad price.
Ooh, I might have to just get her a late Christmas present.
It's on the Mets website and Metsshop.com. I will give this a 2 on the fruitcake scale because it is odd. It does not look it looks very weird, I'll say, but at the same time, you cannot knock someone for getting something for the dogs. That's why I give me a 2.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Let's go on to the football teams. Let's go to the New York Giants, who still, as of recording here, have a shot at the division. I don't think they're going to get it. So what are you going to get your sad Giants fans friends to make them feel better?
All right. So I'm torn between the two. I'll go really fast. I'm going to try to condense their 2 separate ones into one. The first one, going off your pet one, you can get a custom NFL pet portrait. So you can get like your dog on a New York Giant. Well, you can also get them on any other team as well. So that's strange. That runs you about $20, starting price point for $20. Or, and I hope you post the first picture you see, you can get a Giants beer tap handle for your man cave or your beer tap, whatever. The one that I would like to focus on is on the left-hand side is the player who's catching it and the beer tap is coming out of his butt. And I think that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I know it's like TMI and a little risque, but I think it is so strange that somebody would get a beer tap with it coming out his butt. Why not shoe? Why not maybe his lower back? Like whatever, it's on his side. You can make it on your end beer tap. But his butt? Like, come on, my friends.
Hey, you know what? It takes some props to do that.
I guess. And then also you can get them like buy them used is like an option as of right now. Anyway, the starting price point for one of these beer handles, there are multiple ones that you can choose from. If you're a Coors Light fan, if you're a Budweiser fan, starting at $26.99 as a starting price point.
It's not bad. I will say the first one intrigues me more because we actually have a dog right now whose name is Patton, and he's like a black lab. And obviously, we make the joke about the General Patton because of the U.S. history reference. So, like, you said that picture, we actually have a similar kind of deal where we have his head on a general's body.
That's great.
So like that's what I thought of when you talked about that. I'm like, I need like that. I'm like, I could just put like one of my dogs on like a New York Jets receiver. Not that I want him to suffer on the Jets, but
Yeah, well, 100%. You could choose. It says any like American football poster, or it says also you put your cat on here, I guess, as well. But they have a nice German Shepherd on a Jets player for their like examples.
okay, I'll definitely be checking that out as well. That's on Etsy, and we'll go to the Jets. You remember last year I found something very weird for the Jets.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very excited.
Last year we did the Jets tiki totem for
Yes, that horrible thing.
that horrible thing. This year we topped that. We topped the tiki totem in terms of weirdness.
I'm nervous.
We have the New York Jets sugar skull statue. Let me explain it this way. Do you remember the movie Coco?
Yes, the sugar skull. Now, is it edible or is it like a full blown statue?
It's a statue.
Can we get the measurements on this bad boy?
I will get you the measures on this bad boy, but it's basically a normal size sugar skull. It's in Jets colors. The eyes are Jets logos.
Oh boy.
It looks very, very creepy.
Ugh. Why would they do that?
Because it sells, I guess. But I had the official description from the website, in case you're curious how they want to sell this.
Definitely, I am curious.
They say, you're an avid New York Jets fan and love to flaunt it. I don't know about that now. I don't know how much I'm bragging about my 1-13 football team, but we'll go ahead. Show the New York Jets your support by grabbing the sugar skull statue. Features bold New York Jets graphics, so no one will be able to question where your allegiance lies when you add this sweet piece to your collection. I think they might question me if I put this out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's sugar skulls is more of a Halloween-y thing, but what to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, maybe like if you're a big fan of Coco and you not that have that perfect intersection of like Jet fan loves the movie Coco, you get them this, but it is regularly $39.99 for this thing.
Okay.
But it is on sale for $27.99.
Is that really a sale or is it just knocking a couple of shipping?
Well, it's about 25% off.
I guess. I feel like still not worth the price.
It is not worth the price. And it is a full 5 fruitcase because this thing is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That's very strange.
It's very, very bizarre. And like, if you walk into an office and you put this on your desk, your boss will walk over to you and definitely start like yelling at you.
What the hell's going on out here?
He might question your sanity.
He might, and you may be fired.
Yeah, well, we don't want that in this age where it's hard to keep jobs.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's go to the NBA. We are recording on Tuesday night. The Brooklyn Nets are playing right now. What do you have for the Brooklyn Net fans?
So funny enough, on Etsy, since I said I was just going to keep this small business, like, artistry and everything.
Yep.
They had some pretty cool stuff for the Nets. So like, I'm not saying this is bad because it is homemade and I could never make this myself. So props to this person. But they have a Brooklyn Nets sports tissue box.
Ooh.
And it is crocheted. So it's just strange that there's a crocheted tissue box. Also, who uses tissue boxes? Maybe I'm just not, affluent. I can't say that word anymore. Enough or whatever, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's just not my cup of tea, but I thought it was a little strange and it was made of yarn.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand. This is just like, do you put this around the tissue box? You put tissues in this?
So you put the box and I think you put it on top and then you just pull the tissue through.
Yep.
So it's just like not your like generic tissue box, like the paper part of it.
Yeah, so it's hiding it.
Yeah. So it's like if you have a Nets themed bathroom or something, or you just want it. I don't understand the purpose of tissue boxes. I just don't mind the designs. I do buy the fun looking ones. I do splurge for that. So maybe that's just my own prerogative.
So if you were splurging on one, like if they had like the Bill Murray themed Ghostbusters tissue box, you'd be all over that.
I think I would take him more as just like a regular Bill Murray on a Tuesday.
Yep.
I would like that more than a Ghostbusters one. But like, I still don't think I could ever see myself buying a tissue box.
Yeah. So how much does the tissue box run you?
Oh, the tissue box will run you about $19.95, and it's 100% homemade. That's like, if you look at the pictures, it's very well done. Like I said, couldn't do it, but it's just a very strange item.
Strange item, but the quality sounds like it's good.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
On the fruitcake scale, where are you putting this?
I'm gonna put that at a little like much lower than my my first Yankees one. I'll put it at like a 2.5.
Okay, 2.5 out of 5 there. The Knicks, this one was probably the most like generic one that I found, but just like a very weird concept. This is a New York Knicks Cub Viking chess set. I have never heard of Cub Viking chess before today.
I know chess and that's about it.
Yeah, so here's what it includes. It includes 10 6 by 2.75 inch cub blocks, 6 1.5 inch by 12 inch cub tossing dowels, 12 inch by 3.5 inch king cub, 4 corner pegs and a carrying bed. The blocks had the Knick logo on. That's why it's a Knick set.
Mm-hmm.
This is an outdoor game I would describe as a combination of bowling and horseshoes. This is what they call Cub Viking chess.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know how to play the game. I did not have the time to look that up, but we're going to focus on what the Knicks tell us here about this. It's the official description here. Showcase your love for the New York Knicks by adding this Cub Viking chess set to your collection. The crisp graphics add an awesome touch to your fan cave and ensure everyone knows your fandom. This stunning game is a perfect excuse for gathering your friends together for an epic New York Knicks party. Well, I got to kill them on that. We are in 2020. We're not doing parties right now.
Yeah, wrong crowd.
It is not the right time for this.
No.
And you get the Knicks, whoever designed the Knicks shop website, you get a failing grade on that one. I just think it's really not good by you guys. You should have been smarter than this.
Oh, man.
They're getting a fruitcake bump on that just off of that alone.
Oh, damn. That's some serious smack talk there, Mike.
Yeah. So, but the Knicks, they deserve this. This thing, by the way, this is regularly $60 this set.
$60?
$60. It's on sale now for $41.99.
Oh, man.
On the fruitcake scale, it was going to get a 0 just because it was so nothing, but they get a 1 because of the fact they're telling people to get together during COVID.
Oh, well, that was nice of you.
Yeah, so they get the merit. So let's move on to the hockey. You go to your New York Islanders. Where did you find for them?
So, like, I found a few for the Islanders. I will stick with this one. It's the New York Islanders birdhouse.
Okay.
And it's literally a birdhouse with the New York Islanders logo on it. Don't understand. I feel like your majority of your fans are living in Long Island, and a lot of Long Islanders don't have birdhouses. But this bad boy will run you $44.62. Right now, there's only one available. So I don't know how many they originally put out. They could have just put out one and there's one available. But it's telling me that it's almost gone and I should buy right now.
If you want.
Yeah, but I mean, like, hey, listen, again, very well crafted, cannot craft things at all. Did not do well in tech class in middle school, but it's just like a weird gift to give an Islanders fan. Like, you know, it's like, oh, wow, like Uncle Jim loves the Islanders. Like, let's get him the birdhouse. Like, I don't understand where that equates in my brain, but here we are.
That's a very narrow intersection between Islander fan and bird watcher.
Yeah.
So how much is this thing?
It's $44.62.
That's a very specific number.
Right? That's what I thought too. I was like, this is strange.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to outdo one of their competitors, selling them for like $44.69.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand the pricing. Maybe they just figured it out to a T. People are smart, unlike I am.
Yeah, they'll give them credit for crafting it because like my tech class skills were not very good. I used to make those like wooden race cars and I would never get past like the second round of the Derby. So
yeah. At least you made it through one round. That's all that mattered.
Yeah, I got through one round and my teachers always got mad at me because I always put number 1 on the car and they're like, everybody wants you number 1. You have to pick a different number.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I think I ended up going to 10. That was on my backup line. I went to 10 because I just threw a 0 on at the end.
Oh, I always was, my favorite number is 5. Funny enough, nobody ever took that one.
Yeah, so how much was, fruitcake scale on the birdhouse?
I'll give it a solid 3, you know, like kind of like right in the middle of 2.53.
All right, so not bad. The Rangers were going to have some fun.
Oh, I'm excited.
Do you remember last year what we did with the Rangers?
No, you're going to have to remind me.
Last year we had the Ranger unicorn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how could I forget the unicorn?
Unicorn that I got Jill cracking up on. I was talking about how you spark glitter all over the unicorn. And it was basically what we had.
Yeah.
We went a step further than the unicorn this year.
It's a further. Is it a dinosaur?
It's a llama.
It's a llama.
A New York Rangers llama.
Oh my God. Please, when you do this later on, you put the Yzma, a llama. That's what you got to use for your like.
Yeah. I did not think to put that on the soundboard, but.
Yeah, definitely put on. I don't know. You could use a llama in Yzma's voice.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, this is the same kind of color scheme as the unicorn. It's a psychedelic llama. It's got the pink. It's got the purple like I'm wearing right now. It's got the yellow. It's got the orange. It's like all over the place. And they make it a Rangers because they put a pink Rangers bandana around the unicorn, around the llama's neck.
It's not even embroidered on the llama. It's just a bandana.
It's on a pink bandana.
Oh boy. That's a stretch.
Here's the official description from the New York Rangers shop website. This llama plush toy is a must-have for any New York Rangers fan, young or old. Its material is soft and fluffy, making this little guy the perfect companion to have by your side you take in the action at home. Once you enjoy a victory, this adorable Foco plush, you won't miss a New York Rangers game without it. So I have one follow-up question for you. Do we need to send this to Pete?
You know what? He might enjoy it. The different colors, it could go with any of his ensemble.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be really nice of you if you sent it. I will go halvesies with you.
Yeah, well, it's a very cheap halvesies, by the way. It's regularly $30. It's on sale for $12.99.
I could totally help. I could totally pay, literally go halvesies up with you on that one.
Yeah, so that could be Pete's holiday gift for the podcast. It's like the New York Rangers plush llama.
I mean, I really think he'd enjoy it, and it could be his like buddy when he takes it to games.
Yeah, because he also plays hockey, so he could have that just like ride the bench with him.
He could. It could be a buddy for life.
We could instead like Mandalorian Grogu, we have Pete and the llama.
I was just gonna say, I was like, it could be his child, like Grogu.
Yeah. Yeah. So on the fruitcake scale, though, I went beyond the 5. I gave this 8 fruitcakes.
That seems acceptable.
Because this thing is just so absurd and so out of left field. You're like, who actually sat there in the drawing boards? You know what? This is a good idea. This will sell a lot.
I didn't think llamas were that popular.
I didn't either. I got at least a unicorn. You're like, okay, kids like unicorns, but what kid is saying, Daddy, I want a llama?
I don't know. When you can get the real thing and put it like a Rangers bandana on a real llama.
Yeah, you could, but they did not do that.
I feel like that's just safer for the llamas.
Yeah, it's also safer for you because you're not going to want to go up near the llama at this point in time.
That's true.
All right, let's go to the pop culture portion of the program here. Do you have any good pop culture things?
So like I kind of did pop culture sports kind of deal.
Yep.
If we're gonna go back to our good old Mandalorian, since that's our like little anchor point this season.
Yeah.
They had I don't know why, but the Yankees, the Giants, everything. I'll focus on the Yankees specifically. They have a Baby Yoda Yankee shirt.
What's he doing on it?
He's like, you know that meme where he's like in his little coat and he's like looking up like that. Yeah. That's all.
With a Yankee hat on?
No, he's just wearing a Yankees like tunic.
Oh, so they just changed the tunic from brown to Yankee colors?
Yeah, no, it's literally it looks like black in the well, you could pick your black or navy for the t-shirt. But it's literally that's it.
Yeah.
You can select your size and it has Yoda looking up, Baby Yoda, I should say, looking up, or Grogu, and the Yankees emblem on his little tunic and then on the arm sleeve. And that bad boy is going to cost you about $22.99 as the starting price point.
Not bad. Solid.
Yeah. And then if you don't mind, I have one more because I like to go with sports themed. They have homemade New York Islanders Mickey ears.
Oh, that's cute.
But why?
I don't know. Maybe there's that intersection of Disney fans and Islanders.
How big is that niche? Like how many?
Well, considering Disney is this big, maybe you get the Islanders kind of like this big in the middle here. You have enough of an intersection.
That's such a big one. I feel like it'd be like this big, like so small.
What's the better chance here? We find somebody who likes that or somebody who likes the birdhouse?
I feel like the birdhouse is more exciting than the ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just something, though. I could argue the ears because, I could see it saying, oh, like, I'll buy this and put this on my dog.
Yeah, and then also this one is $22.
Yeah.
So it's literally like 90. Oh, so it's 99, or it's like $1 less than the t-shirt.
Yeah, so what are the fruitcakes on those?
I'm just gonna give him a solid both, like 4. Like, why?
Okay. Before we get to my pop culture pick, which is also Mandalorian related, I do want to give you a dishonorable mention. This is also going to kind of tie into the pop culture thing we're doing next week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we had a Tiger King in our lives?
Yes. I don't want to say what I bought for Tiger King, but I have something Tiger King related in my wardrobe.
Okay, I'm not going to ask what it is. We'll leave that as a mystery to the audience.
Oh boy.
But right now, you could actually go to the official Tiger King website if you want to relive that bizarre portion of the pandemic when that was the biggest thing since sliced bread. So I went on this website earlier. They literally have a line of themed products called Carol Did It, based on Carol Baskin.
Oh boy.
And one of them is Carol Killed Kenny socks, the tiger wearing the Kenny Jack from South Park.
That's so funny.
I will say I did not even bother rating this, but if you bought anything from this website and supported these maniacs, please do me a favor and click unsubscribe on this podcast, please. We do not want you guys.
Oh my God, you need to get the sound bite. I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah. So if you hear this, like if I hear that you did that, here is what I'm going to think when I hear you bought off the Tiger King site.
Oh my no, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Exactly how I felt watching the Jets last week, too.
Oh, poor Jets.
And then we also had this happened. This also was also appropriate for me last week. And I'll also question your life choices if you buy from the Tiger King shop.
Why?
Yeah, why would you buy from Tiger King?
I don't know. I mean, like,
it's different when you buy it when it first happens. You're doing it 9 months later. You had a chance to digest all these people. You're like, okay.
I mean, I bought like nothing from the Tiger King anything. It was a Jaguars related item.
Well, that's different. It's like, I'm saying don't support them.
Okay, cool. Because now you made me feel incredibly guilty, but I feel
like as long as it's not like you can make fun of them if like you want to support a local Etsy owner who wants to do something cool like that. That's great, but like don't support them and give them cash for being cruel animals.
Yeah, not the Tiger King.
Not the Tiger King, folks.
Who's suing? Who I heard is suing the Trump administration.
Yeah, because he wants to pardon
him. Yeah, I love it. It's just so Tiger King. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, we're gonna move on because we're not a political podcast here, so we're not gonna get into. We don't talk about politics. We talk about math. We don't do actual politics.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll shout out to Phil Frietta for that one. That was a great podcast on the election night. So if you want to go back and check that out, that's in the archives. But now the pop culture thing. This is also the Mandalorian. This is also interesting. It's a blue flannel shirt, and it's an interesting choice. The front looks solid. You got a nice little stitch of Baby Yoda on the pocket. I'm going to put 2 pictures up. I'll show you the front first. It's got, a solid like design on the collar. You look at it, you're like, okay, this is nice. I see something you could get for your Mandalorian friend. Then we go to the back.
Uh-oh.
And on the back of the flannel shirt, you have in big, bold text, like the cartoon script from the show, "This is the way," in massive lettering on the back of the shirt. That does not go with flannel. Flannel is not designed to be like a t-shirt look where you see like massive lettering on the back. So just see the flannel pattern.
Yeah.
And this is the official description on the website. It may not be made of Beskar, but this button-up shirt inspired by Star Wars The Mandalorian makes stylish armor against chilly weather. A classic cape-worthy flannel with a unisex fit. It features "This is the way" on the back and embroidered details on the front. So this is one where like I cannot get past that because it does not look right.
No, but also the beginning of that description was pretty funny though.
It's not Beskar armor.
Yeah, I was like, that's clever.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Disney's official website. This is something Disney actually sells.
Oh, really?
It's on the Disney website.
Ugh.
Would you like to take a guess on the price of this thing?
$35.89.
Higher.
Ew, really? Like $50, $60?
Ding, ding, ding. $59.99.
Oh boy.
And it's not a good look. It was just the front with the clean back. You would say, okay, cool. It's subtle. It's not like obnoxious. The back is what kills it. The back just does not look good.
Yeah. Plus, like, also, is it actually flannel? Because you know those people who sell flannel and it's not really flannel, so it doesn't keep you warm at all.
They said this is 100% cotton.
So it doesn't keep you warm at all. So you're paying $60 for just a button-up shirt.
for the style.
Yeah.
So they got 4 fruitcakes for that. Because the lettering on the back of this thing is completely obnoxious.
I'm very
This is not the way.
This is not the way. You should put that in the asterisk. You should edit it and make your own.
It is not the way. And this is definitely a fun little wrap up to the holiday special. Next week, you're going to be back on here. We're doing the year in review 2 of Pop Culture Party here. Last year was you, me, and the great John Stanko on this. John Stanko is a very busy guy. We're trying to book him on the podcast. So hopefully schedules align. If not, we'll get somebody else in here, but we will definitely, it's been a year in pop culture. I'll say that.
Oh, it's been an interesting year.
And not as much movies, but plenty of TV. We had some weird stuff. We do have to sort of the reason why we got sucked into Tiger King. That's also got to come up.
I was going to say we have to bring back the Tiger King for at least a couple of seconds.
We have to bring back Tiger King. We got to get your Bachelorette takes because I know the season's wrapping up. So we'll definitely hear from that.
I have it on pause right now. So like once we're done here, I'm going to be unpausing and watching the finale.
Yeah, we talk about that. I can talk about my reality shows because like The Amazing Race finished up. My NFL guys finished in 4th place on the show. Gary Barr's D'Angelo Williams. And I felt bad for them. It was sunny at the end of the show. D'Angelo got so mad that he lost. And like host Phil Kogan asked like, hey, like, would you do this again? He's like, no, like this is not fun. I could have done this on my own.
That's great.
And it's refreshing because so many times you hear like, oh, like this is a wonderful journey. And that was just raw. I was like, no, like I was not happy with how this turned out.
Hey, he was being honest. You got to appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. And I remember he did some interviews after the episode aired. He's like, yeah, you know, like I thought it would be different. I thought I was gonna be able to go see the Eiffel Tower. But like once you're done with the episode, you basically go in the hotel room. I'm like, yeah, you should have looked up before you went on the show.
Yeah. People just don't know the magic that is actually television.
They definitely don't, but I want to thank you for hopping on here. It's been a very fun holiday special. We had a lot of good guests on here. We had Anthony Tacoma on earlier, talking about the David Wright book. We talked to Will Snyderhan doing the clip show special, which you made an appearance in. We talked to also Martina Puccio. We had a little Festivus Miracle ranting on the Jets, did some NFL picks. Alan Austin, our good friend, was on doing the pop culture draft. So jam-packed holiday special once again.
Hey, listen, you always give a good holiday special.
You gotta make those stand up here. And I want to plug the blog here as well. JustEndTheSuffering.wordpress.com. I watched the races 30 for 30 on the Infinite Race. It's a outside the box 30 for 30 choice. You want my review on? You can check it out on there.
I'm gonna have to check it out on there because I have not watched it yet.
It's an interesting thing. I'll say that. It's like you have to. It's outside the box. Nothing I was familiar with before I watched it. And like, I feel like in the first 20 minutes you're not into it, you're not gonna like it. That's the way I would describe it.
All right. So that's like The Office. If you're not into the first season, skip ahead.
Yes, pretty much. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon, all the usual suspects. Just search for Just Ed and Suffering there on those platforms. There are a lot of links in the show notes here from episodes I referenced in the clip show. We're talking about like the old holiday specials, some other fun stuff, including all of our gifts will be on there. So check that out. Subscribe, please. Leave your feedback and stories. I'll make this podcast even better going forward. You can also follow the YouTube channel, Mike Phillips, on YouTube. Our conversation channel is going to be on there a bit, along with all the visuals of all these wonderful gifts. So
that's going to be good. There's going to be so many photos.
There will be so many photos, and you will also
Christmas gifts.
And you can see we're starting to do some Zooms on this podcast. I mean, our Mandalorian coverage from last week was on the Zoom with Pete and my good friend Nick. We also had an interview with Mike Vorkanoff of the Knicks, Pete Raff, the Athletic on Zoom. So check out the YouTube for some of these things.
It's a great visual. You can finally see what we all look like.
Yes, you can. So far that universe includes me, Sam, Pete, Nick, and Mike Vorkanoff. That's how many people you can see on what they look like on YouTube.
We're a good looking crew.
I would say so. You can also follow us on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, mphillips331. That's MPHILIPS331. Sam, how can they follow you on Twitter?
At SDEROS 5.
Number 5.
Number 5 is my favorite number, and I always forget.
Yeah, it is a good number indeed. You can follow Sam on there. She did get the handle right this time. I know she always questions if she gets it right or not, but she did get it correct on this spot. So that's all, folks, for the holiday special. Coming up next week, we're going to do a little college football playoff. We'll do week 17 picks with Alan Austin. We'll do a little more. Plus, we'll have our bonus podcast at the holiday pop culture party. Until then, have a happy holidays, everybody.
As we dream.